Hey everyone, Twisted Beauty here. Um, I've had something on my heart for a while and I really wanted to make a video about it. Um, I want to speak on something that is near and dear to my heart and definitely what I'm going through right now single motherhood. Um, I made that whole transition from, you know, raising a child with someone to becoming a single mother a little over a year ago, and it was a big change to say the least. It's amazing to realize that you're not responsible for this child's whole being, especially if their father is not in the picture. So you are responsible for them emotionally, physically, financially, everything. Just it's all on you. So a lot of us seem to have an issue with balancing um, the idea of being a mother with our personal lives. When that balance goes off kilter, it can either lead to losing your identity completely and just becoming so enveloped in motherhood that you have no life of your own. Your life is your child, that's it. Or you can go on the other end of the spectrum where your child is neglected because you are concentrating so hard on finding a man and trying to do you that you're neglecting your child and you're neglecting your child's well-being. um, it is kind of hard to find that balance where we need to realize that our existence and this child's existence are intertwined. We are a package. There's no me without my child. So no matter what some man says or says he can do for you, you put your child's needs first, always. So, a mother, I can't remember who said that quote, but a mother thinks once for herself and twice for her child, or something like that. But yeah, you have to take into account what your child's needs are along with your own. And, you know, off off of the whole idea of losing your identity as a woman because you become a mother. I went through that and it was miserable. I was depressed because I felt like I couldn't do anything for myself. I had to do everything for the baby. Everything. I couldn't take the time to take care of myself, take care of my own health because I was so worried about hers. I didn't have time to really take care of myself physically, so that led to a weight gain, and I just looked a hot mess. And we can't do that either. So it's really difficult to find that balance and find what works for us. For me, realizing that I couldn't do it on my own is what was the real turning point for me. And that was the day I called my parents and I'm like, look, I'm coming home. I can't do this. I'm coming home. So I moved back home, and it's kind of like co-parenting. And I know that's a very globally minded term, but it is like co-parenting because Isabel has me. She knows I'm her mother. She also has her grandparents who provide for her as well, and she gets a break and I get a break, and we both need breaks from each other because the whole I'm constantly with you 24/7. I mean, let's be real. We love our kids, but come on now. Everybody needs a break. They need a break from us. We need a break from them. Anyway, and that brings me to another point. When you are being helped out by family members, you feel indebted to them, and you're grateful for them and everything. But a lot of times they do tend to undermine you. They tend to undermine your position as parent. For example, my daughter she doesn't handle the next day well if she doesn't get at least 12 to 13 hours of sleep a night. I know this because I'm the one that has to deal with her in the morning. I'm the one that gets her dressed. I'm the one that feeds her and does her hair. My mother has no problem with her staying up until 8:30, 9 o'clock when I feel she needs to be in bed by 7:30. When I put her in the bed, my mother tends to, well, why is she in bed so early? Why is she so, well, you just want to put her in the bed all the time, blah, 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 blah. And it really took, one day I just got really tired of it. And it took me sitting her and telling her, basically asserting myself and explaining to her I'm the parent, I know what's best for her, they tend to think because we're young mothers that we don't know anything. You know, we know our kids. That's what we need. That's what we need to tell them. We need to assert ourselves because I know my child. I may not know about this kid, that kid, the other kid. I may not know about children as a whole, but I know my kid, and I know what's best for my kid. Um, it's just it comes back. I do feel disrespected from time to time because my mother does not acknowledge me as a parent to my child, and that is quite frustrating for me. And I do lose my patience. I don't have the best patience in the world. I'm not a very maternal person, really. I don't coddle her. I'm not real touchy feely. I've never been like that. And my mother is. She can't seem to figure out why am I not touchy feely and super maternal and oh you got a boo boo, let me kiss it. I'm just not like that. I'm like, okay, you failed, suck it up, get up, you're all right. You just got you bumped your little bottom, you're okay. I've just never been real maternal like that. But anyway, it really does come down to asserting ourselves as parents and making our loved ones understand that yes, we may be young, we may be single, we may be doing this on our own with a little help from you, but we are parents nonetheless. I got this, essentially. Uh, I basically had to sit down and have that conversation with my family. And as awkward as it was and terrifying because I don't like going against my parents for anything, to be honest, because generally they're right. I mean, I'll just be realistic. I mean, I'm at that point. I'm at the age now where, yeah, I'm realizing my parents were right about a lot of things. A lot of the guys I dated, a lot of the moves I made, a lot of decisions I made in my younger years probably shouldn't have happened. That's life. It's what happens. And it's what creates us. And I normally, like I said, I would never go against them, but sometimes you have to. You have to assert yourself as a person, as an adult, and as a parent.